our new video series, Ringgold Rapid Responses. I am Patricia Klein, historian of the Ringgold Band. In this series, we will meet members of the Ringgold Band and members of the Ringgold New Horizons Band and get a glimpse of their life. Welcome Ringgold Band member Cindy Miller-Aungst.
Hi.
So Cindy, what section of the band do you play in?
The flute and piccolo, right up in the front.
And do you serve the band other than playing?
Well, I did serve the band for 15 years as president, and now I'm serving on the board as past president and also the music education liaison.
Yes. And I think you were the longest running president of our band.
Well, maybe. I'm not sure of that.
You're the only president I've known, and you did a terrific job.
Well, thank you.
So how long have you been with the band?
I just checked. It was 31 years.
Wow.
Yes, I joined when my daughter was 1. My oldest daughter was 1.
And what year was that?
1989.
1989, the year I graduated. And actually, I was in the band that year, playing as a high school student under Jim Seidel.
Yes, he
Although
did.
I don't think I knew you then.
No,
a high school student were oblivious to everything.
Right, and I was a newbie too. So,
do you remember your first gig or most memorable experience with the band?
I do. It was a yearly gig that they had in Higgins, Pennsylvania, which was actually the home of a notorious pigeon shoot that they used to have years ago. The band never played for that event, but they always played for a community picnic, and it was in a beautiful grove, but it was north of here, and it required a bus trip. And my high school band director and mentor was Bruce Schonar, and he was playing with the band and riding the bus, and we just had so much fun talking on the way, and then playing the first job and trying to get music up quickly enough was quite a challenge. My head was spinning, but it was fun. It was another beautiful day, and I was hooked.
I know Bruce. Bruce played trombone in the band, and he's quite the talker and quite the jokester, so I'm sure he made the trip memorable.
He did. Well, he started at Schuylkill Valley when I was in 8th grade, so I had quite a few years with him, and we had a history, and he loved to tease me mercilessly.
We're going to have a guest star here, Maestro. He just up and he demands some attention, so everyone meet Maestro.
Hi, Maestro.
My cat.
You're beautiful.
Hopefully he won't bother us too much.
Okay.
What is your present and past occupation?
Okay. Well, I spent 32 years teaching in the Reading School District. I taught elementary general music, and I ended up my career for 21 years as the middle school band director at Southern Middle School, and loved it. Now, being retired, I still do a lot of playing with Ringgold. I play with my professional flute quartet, Center Park Flutes, and I still do teaching. And also, before everything was shut down, I was still teaching at St. Ignatius and St. Peter's Catholic schools under the auspices of the Reading Musical Foundation. So try to keep busy.
Yes, you're a busy lady. And can you tell us a little bit about your family and what your life is outside the Ringgold Band? I know you just recently took a very interesting trip.
Yes, I love to travel, and we, 4 ladies and I went to South Africa. And when we left March 10th, and there were no cases in South Africa. We thought we'd be fine, but we were in the bush without any communication for about 4 days, and when we came out, the world changed. And so the travel company that I was with did get us back safely, but it was quite a circuitous route. We flew from Livingston, South Africa, to Johannesburg, to Istanbul, Turkey, and then Istanbul to New York. to Kennedy. So that was quite interesting. But I have a daughter that sings professionally in the Washington D.C. area, and she works in the development office of the University of Maryland. And my son and his wife Cassie is a teacher in the Reading School District, and they have given me my beautiful first grandchild, Amelia.
Congratulations.
Yes, and so she's a joy in our lives. Drew works for a water treatment business, Suburban Water Treatment, and so he is the only one in our family that has been working throughout this whole pandemic. And my husband is a former rock and roll musician, and he's retired from sales, and so we've been working a lot on the house and the yard and surviving like everyone else, I guess.
Life has certainly changed since the COVID-19 restrictions have been put on us. I know all my gigs were canceled, and as a teacher, we had to flip immediately to virtual teaching, and it's been quite a roller coaster ride.
I'll tell you what, I can't imagine what all of you are going through. I really can't. That's because I do teach some students virtually, and it's working out great, but I can't imagine having to do the things that you have to do with lessons and and ensembles.
Yeah, even teaching virtually, even though it works, you don't get to play together, and that's the hardest part.
That is the hardest part, yes.
You don't get to feel the vibration. And there's something about digital learning with no vibration that the music is lacking something.
Right.
So when the Ringgold Band gets back together, hopefully in the near future,
I hope so.
One song you want to rehearse and play. What one song do you really miss?
That was a really hard. That's a really hard question. I think my go-to favorite is Poet and Peasant. But we were working on Casey at Bat for our spring concert, and that was I was enjoying that so much too. So I'm sorry, that was more than one.
I know, it's so hard to choose.
It is.
So hard to choose. So anything you want our Ringgold Band fans to know?
Well, I think, three things. We are Berks County's best kept secret. We are generously, yes, and we're trying to get word out. We are generously funded by the Reading Musical Foundation, who does so much for not only us, but all the musical groups in Berks County. And I think the secret to our longevity is the dedication and the family atmosphere of all the musicians that have been in the Ringgold Band through the years.
Yeah, I know. I've been messaging and FaceTiming and everything to some of our horn section members and other people.
Yes.
So it is truly a family.
It is. It really is.
Well, I'd like to give a big hearty thank you to Cindy Miller-Aungst, past president, for sharing their time with the Ringgold Band, audience, and patrons. I am Patricia Klein, and that is another rendition of Ringgold Rapid Responses. See you later.
Bye.